to Lesson 8. Today we are going to learn more about what you're going to need to do for your final project for this course. In this project, you're going to show me all that you have learned over the past 8 weeks. We're going to take a look go into your lesson and take a look at the lesson assignment. And there is a pie graph. There is a diagram there. We're going to take a look at that diagram. This is a picture of it. I can get it on the screen here. We are going to start with the upper left-hand section called U. In that section, there are a few strategies. First, you need to discuss your memory. We learned that we have a short-term memory and a long-term memory. How do you transfer that information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory in order that you can remember it and you can bring it back, you can retain it, and you can recall it? Second, you're going to look at multiple intelligences. What did we learn about the way everybody learns? Who's Gardner? What is his theory on intelligence? Active and passive reading. Are you an active reader? Are you a passive reader? What kind of reader do you need to be if you want to make sure that you are successful? And finally, what are some study skills, things that you can do every day, weekly, to help with your courses? Second, we're going to go up to the next box that says pre-reading strategies. There you're going to discuss 3 other strategies. First, what are Lexiles? How do they help you in reading? Second, preview. Before you even open a piece of text, what should you do? Reading a textbook is much different than reading a novel. So when you read a textbook, you cannot just open it up and just read from cover to cover or from the beginning of the chapter to the end of the chapter. What are some pre-reading strategies that you should do that will get your brain ready for the reading? And finally, you need to give yourself a purpose. Why? Why do you want to have a purpose for reading that article? We are going to go down next to, during reading strategies. So while you are reading, what should you be doing? What does it mean to find the topic of what you're reading? How is the topic different from the main idea? And what are supporting details? What are they supporting? You need to discuss this. In your lesson, you learned that there were 5 patterns of organization that an author uses often. What are those 5 patterns of organization? What are some clues that are signal words, clues that you can use to determine what pattern an author is writing with? And finally, in that section, vocabulary. Why is understanding unfamiliar words important? Why is vocabulary important? Specifically, we discussed 2 different types of strategies: word attack strategies and context clue strategies. What are they? How are they alike? How do you use them? How are they different? Why are they important? Finally, we're going to go to the last section, which is, I think I just screwed up. This is the after section. You're going to go to the last section, which is what do you do after you read? When you're finished. When you're finished and you're done with that chapter, you're not done. Your brain has to do something with that information. You need to look at you might want to annotate. You want to make notes in the column if you have it. You want to put Post-its if you cannot write in the book. If you are in a lecture, how do you take those lecture notes? Do you write down every single word that the lecturer is saying? I think that might be impossible. What did we learn about taking lecture notes? Finally, we need to take those notes, lecture notes, and we need to convert them into something a little more formal. What did we learn about Cornell notes? How do you make Cornell notes? Why are they important? Finally, you should be able to use your Cornell notes days, weeks after a lecture to study from. When you go to take your test, what are some test-taking strategies that we learned? What if it's a true and false? What if it's an essay? What are some test-taking strategies that we have learned? Finally, I would like to say thank you for being in this class. I've enjoyed having you there. I want you to remember, one thing I want you to take away from the class is that whenever you have a class that has a textbook readings, make sure and apply these strategies. You will, at some point, you're going to come across a material that's not interesting. You're going to come across material that's unfamiliar. But unfortunately, you just may have to read it, whether it's for your job or school. And it is then that you need to really remember these strategies and apply them so that you remain focused and very active, engaged in your reading. Thank you.